All right, so a little explanation on what the heck I'm doing over here with this mat and how that relates to training and developing my lower back, which is kind of what I wanted to at least try to focus on in this video for you guys. Now, today's Friday, and that matters because Saturday I was training legs, hitting a heavy hamstring session. I like to do 2 leg days a week. One quad, one hamstring, and let's get into the end of it. Was on my last movement, doing some heavy standing barbell lunges, and second set, couple reps in, was coming up, driving up with my left leg. Well, it wasn't great, so heard a little pop, felt the muscle tear, and immediately I knew luckily I was able to get the weight up onto the rack, but yeah, I knew something was wrong. So I had a feeling I tore something, didn't know how bad it was. Called up my physical therapist. We looked at it, and probably something around a grade 2 tear on my hamstring. So, that means leg sessions are very limited right now. And, I just want to get this thing to recover and heal up as fast as I can. So, that next day I was in his office and, did some cupping, dry needling, really just to promote blood flow to the area, kind of assess the damage first, and then, start this recovery process. So honestly, so far it's healed up. I haven't had too much pain the last couple of days, and today's the first day that I'm doing the exercises, to see, one, kind of, where the pain's at, and then two, start strengthening that muscle back up, as it heals. So that's what these are, just kind of some different angles for the leg. And when I'm laying there, I'm not just laying flat, I'm pushing my heel directly into the ground at a different angle by firing my hamstring. And then same thing with these kind of bridges I'm doing here on the couch. You'll see my back session, a lot of the things I like to do that really help to develop the lower back specifically, those erector muscles there, those are going to be your deadlifts, heavy rack pulls. Man, I've always really enjoyed bent over rows, whether it's a one-arm dumbbell, the classic barbell bent over row, going over grip or underhand grip, and of course the landmine row where you kind of got the barbell, kind of pinched into at least one end, kind of anchored into the ground, and then you get one of those like V grips and get over it and start rowing. And what you'll notice about those is those aren't just, my favorite moves to develop the lower back aren't just for the lower back, that's incorporated, but a lot of them are kind of the big compound exercises that really work kind of a lot of your backside there, that posterior chain. Those, at least going heavy on those, it's probably going to be another 2 weeks, maybe 3. I'm hoping not longer than 3. So, it was part of it, part of lifting. As smart as you can be, things still happen. I think I've been lucky to take mobility seriously. That's why you guys see me always warm up my shoulders the way I do, and kind of things of that nature, when I'm pressing. So, maybe that means I need to do a little bit more mobility for my lower half before I'm training. It's hard to say, but all I can do is recover from it, learn from it, and hopefully share a thing or two that will help you guys if you're going through the same thing, or at least prevent you from doing it. So if you've never trained hamstrings before, this is a good way to start, build a little mind-muscle connection, because doing these is not as easy as it looks. Even though I'm kind of a little hobbled right now, I can, on both my hamstrings, like even doing these bridges and really squeezing, you can feel it. So you'd be surprised, man, if you can, if you want a little extra hamstring work at home, just pull up your couch, and get to it. Maybe sweep the floors first or put a little mat down. But yeah, I got a few more rounds. see what we can get into with a little bit of posing. Now, before I get into it, we're doing back pose, right? Is almost crunch down a little bit in front, like I'm doing a crunch. So from the front side, if I'm getting ready for it, it's gonna look like this. I'm gonna crunch in. So almost lean, let my shoulders roll forward slightly, crunch down so that I kind of get this shape. So, I'm standing up straight here. I'm gonna crunch down a little bit. And then from there, I'm almost imagining I'm doing like one of those seated cable rows, and the cable's in front of me, but of course I'm standing up and I'm squeezing as hard as I can, keeping my elbows tight to my body, but keeping my hands kind of low down toward my hips. So I'm squeezing, and at the same time I'm pulling back. I'm imagining pushing my upper back down like this. So you see that motion right there? So both are happening simultaneously. I'm squeezing in, and I'm bringing my upper back down by flexing my lats. So once you're in that position, almost a combination of that row and then a little bit of a pull down, right? So it ends up, ideally, if I can get a good one, so end up looking something like this. So squeeze in, and then as I'm squeezing, I'm pushing down, and bringing my elbows back. And you really get that Christmas tree to come out there. You see the lower lat separation in the back down there, just kind of along the inside of the lat there. And then just hold that, man. You can, if you want to practice, you can honestly, maybe do rounds of 20 or 30 seconds. From there, sometimes I'll pinch back a little bit further. Right? If I then open up and I come upright, then I kind of get a little more of my upper back coming out when I straighten up. So now I'm not rounded in the front. Not bad. Let's see how that went. Man, it's fun. And then the more you practice it, the more you develop your physique, the more fun it starts to get, honestly. At least the more fun I have with this. That's the fun part about it, is it can be a little frustrating, but whether that's training or posing, or maybe it's your nutrition, all of them, man. But it's a long game. It's about learning the tools that are going to fit your lifestyle, and take you to where you want to go. So it's not you can't rush it. You got to kind of embrace, not being great at some or all of the components, and over time try to work at it, and you stick with it long enough, you keep going, you'll get some results, I think. But that's it. I appreciate the heck out of you guys for watching. I'll tap in with you guys in the next video. That's how I bring out the lower back striations. But what do I know? I'm just Merc. Ooh, 2%. All right.